Hello, everybody. It's your boy, the Green Talons. With today's video, um, I'm quite sure you all have seen the last two preseason games that the Eagles have lost. The last one, 35-0, and the one before that, 24-16 against the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Patriots alike. Now, our last preseason game against today, against the New York Jets. For some odd reason, I thought this game was going to be Thursday, like the last two previous games. But I found out yesterday that the game was going to be today. Now, normally I'm always on point when it comes to certain games being televised, but not the last two games weren't televised. Well, the game against the New England Patriots was televised on NFL Network, but the one before that wasn't televised at all. So it wouldn't surprise me if today's game against the Jets won't be televised. So I might have to live stream it. If not live stream it, I'll probably look at it on Facebook where someone may have it being broadcast live stream on Facebook, or what I might do is go to my tablet and I might do it that way and view the review the game. But I don't know. I mean, this is a game that has many question marks because the last two previous games the Eagles have cut the roster down. I think down to 80 some, 83, 84 guys. I think that's what the roster cut has been chopped down to. So I'm not exactly sure who's gonna be released this time and who's going to stay, but a lot of guys have been injured along the way with the more talented tight end, the quarterback turned tight end, who a lot of us had expectations on. He wound up ending his season with a torn MCL, so he out for the rest of the year. He's on IR. I think he went on IR last week before this game today, and we had a few other guys that's gonna be on IR or that may be on injured settlement or injury destination, what a lot of us have called it now. I think injury settlement is a better way of saying it because to me, I think injury settlement means that once you get waived, that means that a portion of that money that you signed to, I think you get some of that money based off maybe your playing time or maybe just a contract in whole. I'm not exactly sure how injury settlements work, but I do know that once you are waived on an injury settlement, that means that that team is obligated to pay you a portion of that salary for that season. So, and then it depends on how deep or how bad the injury is. Now, the injury could be from 2 to 4 weeks or 3 to 6 weeks, depending on what kind of injury it is. If the injury is very vital, like the tight end that the Eagles have bought in from Buffalo, that guy right there is 6'7", 230 some pound or 240 some pound quarterback turned tight end. Quarterback turned tight end for the Eagles this year. He was doing real well. He did real well in the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he wound up hurting himself in that game, and he wound up going on IR the week of the Patriots game. So I mean, it's so many things that could be said about injury. That's one reason why I don't. I hate to see players go on IR, especially the ones that you have so much high expectations on or a high ceiling for. So, a lot of us was hoping that this guy in tight end would have been on the roster because see now Richard Rodgers was scheduled to be cut, but now since he's on IR, the Eagles will keep at least 3 tight ends on the roster. So Richard Rodgers' playing time with the Eagles is going to increase now with the addition of the guy going on IR, tight end going on IR. So now the situation with this whole team in general. First of all, let me go back to last week, and I said it in a video last week because in the last week video, I think I stated before that I had some packages that were on my porch that were stolen, and it was on my mind the day before the game, and I didn't get a chance to enjoy the game a little bit more. But the weekend that the game was being encored on NFL Network, I had a chance to watch it and see it without any more thought of my packaging being stolen. So um, that was one of them games that I was wondering and speculated about when I saw the second time. Because I made a video before I had a chance to go back and view it the second time, which in probably what I should have done, but I didn't. So I made a video talking about the New England game that we lost and the packages that were stored off my porch. So I mean, it's crazy for two bad things to happen to you within a week apart, or a week, or during the same week. So my mind was all confused and caught up on that because the package that was stuck on my porch was over $100, and it was very expensive. You know what I'm saying? So when you lose expensive packages like that off your porch, that lets you know that you are going to be concerned about that, like I was, or you're gonna let it slide. But see, I'm one of them guys. I don't let a lot of money slide. When I buy something that's expensive, I expect it to last a long, long time. But when people take stuff off your porch like that and don't give a crap about don't give a crap about your property or where you stay, it just goes to show right there there's a lack of respect in the person that took your package, and lack of respect for the person that kept their eyes on it, or lack of respect for the mailman or mailwoman who put the package in the first place, should known to take it back to the post office before I can deliver it, before I can go back and get it from there without it being stolen. So, I mean, but anyway, let me go ahead and get off that, because I mean, I guess it's still some. I guess to me, it's still some feelings there. So I'm sorry to ask you to rant like that, but anyway, let me go ahead and get back to the game, because I don't waste y'all time with my problems. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, now the game against the New York Jets. The Eagles have had a joint practice with them this week, a two game joint practice with them. I think it was Tuesday, and I think Wednesday. I think that's what it was. So the Eagles have done real well from what I was told in the joint practice. The defense did real well. Offense did real well. Jaden Hurts throwing the ball on accurate runs and throws. Wide receivers getting open. So, I mean, the same thing we did in this joint practice we did in the last joint practice with the New England Patriots. And so, to me, I feel that the Eagles let a little bit too much show in the joint practices. And so that's how New England was able to adapt in that game and shut us out 35-0. And I can't recall the Eagles ever being shut out in a preseason game, far as I can remember. If the Eagles were shut out in a preseason game, it might have been before my time. I mean, it's just so confusing to actually watch a team get shut out like that, and now with the possibility of that happening again this week, because see, there have been questions: will the Eagles start a little bit of their starters in this game against the Jets? I think they should, because see, you got Devontae Smith, aka Slim Reaper, got his feet wet in the last week game against the New England Patriots after he caught like 3 or 4 balls for 25, 30 yards, so long been there, but he didn't get a chance to get into the end zone. So, because the New England secondary kind of kept him balled up. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I was saying that had Devontae Smith not get hurt the week before Pittsburgh, it probably would have been an alright situation. He probably went out of play in the New England game, and he probably went out of play in this game coming up. So I mean, we don't know exactly what's going to happen today as far as getting your starters start, or they won't start, because see, if you guys watch that game against the New England Patriots, the Eagles started their second and third stringers in most of that game. The first half and a little bit of the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter, they had some of their starters play in the first quarter, and in the second quarter they were putting them out gradually. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to get a certain amount of snaps, and so they had a little bit of them in the second quarter of the game. But in the third and fourth quarter, they had all the second and third string players. And so you can see where New England kept most of their starters on the field, and they were pushing our defense around, and they were pushing the offense around. So, to in this game today, the second and third string is gonna have to play a little bit better than what they played in last week's game, because see, had to get a little drink right quick. But anyway, had the Eagles started a little bit of the second and third string in the Pittsburgh game, we probably wouldn't be talking about the New England game, and much less talking about this game that's about to start in next few hours from now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the third stringers and second string got to play better this time around. They got to, because see, I want to see what the third stringers and second stringers can do, because see, if they don't do any better in this game against the New York Jets, there's gonna be some guys that are gonna be cut, and once these guys get cut, a lot of these guys are gonna go on the waiver wire, and if they clear waivers, a few of them are gonna hit the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then and that leaving with other teams cutting other players, so the Eagles can have the opportunity to browse the waiver wire and pick up the guy that they want off waivers. But I can tell you this though, this guy Mullins is playing. He's playing trashy, and personally, he got beat around in the New England game again by New England second and third stringers beat him around, and I want to say he played kind of so in the Pittsburgh game. So because Pittsburgh started, the Eagles started Hurts a little bit of the game, and then it went to Flacco, then from Flacco to Mullins. But it's like when they got to Mullins started messing up a little bit in that Pittsburgh game. But then if you look at this game that against the New England Patriots, Hurts didn't start off, so they want to play Flacco and Mullins. Flacco played okay. He could have played better, but the only thing that messed him up was the interception that he threw in the end zone. That would cost him. That would mess him up right there. And then Mullins threw an interception almost close to the end of the game. And so none of these guys didn't get no touchdowns. There were no opportunities for the field goal kick to get in a position to kick the field goal for 3 points. I mean, the Eagles couldn't score for nothing in the New England Patriots game. So this game against the New York Jets, I hope that changes, because the Eagles need to win this football game against the Jets, because the Eagles need some momentum going into week 1 against the Falcons. Because if we're going to Atlanta, and the Falcons are one of the tough teams to beat when you on their turf. The Eagles have had their troubles beating the Falcons on their turf, and the last time the Eagles played the Falcons, we lost, and that was the year before, 2019. So that's one of the reasons why I say the Eagles need to get a momentum shift going in this game. The defense, the defensive front four need to play better. They need to get more pressure on the quarterback and get him to the ground. The Eagles need to get sacks. The Eagles need to get tackles on the running back. The Eagles need to start doing their coverages out wide for the cornerbacks and DBs to cut the wide receiver out, and they need to do a little bit better on the tight end, because the Jets got a pretty good tight end. They got a pretty good selective view of tight ends. And the Eagles gonna have their opportunity to figure out who's better and who to guard against. Wide receiver wise, the Jets got one of the best wide receiving cores in the league as well. A very young wide receiving core to be exact, just like we do. The Eagles got 3: Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith, and last but not least, Jalen Reagor. That's our 1, 2, 3 wide receiver spot. But the other 2 wide receiver spots is gonna be a question mark, because it's Hightower, and then that's Jago Whiteside, aka Stinker. What 5500 calls. He calls him Stinker. He calls him some type of stinker. I'm not exactly sure what do you say, but he doesn't give AJ Whiteside a pretty good name. Let's put it like that. So that's where it comes down to who's gonna claim the number 4 wide receiver spot, because the Eagles might keep 4 wideouts on their roster. So one of these guys are going to get cut, either Hightower or Whiteside. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to turn out. So I'll put it this way here. I don't expect the Eagles wide receiver to play in this game. Maybe you may see Quez in a snap or two, and then you may see Rager in a snap or two. But I think Whiteside and Hightower is going to get majority of the snaps at wide receiver in this game against the New York Jets. And the Eagles might have a few other guys they're probably going to throw in there as well. But I think the merry-go-round is going to come between who's going to be the 4th wideout. Because the Eagles might carry no more than 4 wideouts in this game. If they carry 5, the 5th one might be a special teamer. So we don't know how that's going to work out as far as this game against the Jets, because it's so many question marks at the wide receiver position. The cornerbacks and DBs are pretty much settled, you know what I'm saying? But we know what our linebacker gonna look like, we know what our front four gonna look like, and we know what our cornerback gonna look like, and DB gonna look like. The question mark remains at wide receiver, and it remains at running back, because the running back position at one point wasn't deep, but they let one of the guys go because I think he got injured or something like that. I forgot the boy name, but he came over from Detroit via waivers. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles signed him to a 1-year deal, but they cut him last week. So, so the running back position is also going to be in question, because we don't know how they're going to go as well. We all know that Mike Sanders is the feature back for sure, but the Eagles need a second and a third string running back. Now, in next year's draft, I'm not going to talk about it because it ain't that time. I'll probably go back to the draft again when the season comes to an end. But it's a guy from Ohio State. I'm not going to say that and let that go. But anyway, the running back position is going to be a question mark, because like I said, we don't know about Mike Sanders, because from what I've been told, Sanders have been dropping balls in practices and stuff of that nature. The other running back, Boston Scott, been doing pretty well, but he's only limited because he's a small stature of a running back at 5'8" or 5'9". He ain't really that big, you know what I'm saying? And then we got Gatewell, or Dr. Gatewell, what 500 gives him a name, you know what I'm saying? He's been doing pretty well catching balls out of the backfield. He probably the most consistent one so far that we have. It just ain't gonna fall on the 4th running back. Who's going to be the 4th running back? Because the Eagles might keep 4th running back on the roster. You know what I'm saying? And there's opportunity that they talk about converting one of the tight ends into an H-back. So we don't know how that's going to work out. So, I mean, it's so many questions on offense, so many questions on defense, and all they got to be settled in the last and final game against the New York Jets. So, I hope I said enough for you guys. I hope that you understand where I'm going to come from. I know my videos. I stutter a lot, so I don't want to be sure that I get everything out in the open, or better yet, out on YouTube, so you guys understand. That's where I'm going to come from when I make these particular videos about my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish drinking this up. And I was watching Blue Bloods. That's what I was watching before I came make the video, and Blue Bloods is still on right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish watching them. But anyway, as always, I love you guys. Hope you all continue to subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up. Please share my channel. Please share, like, comment, and most importantly, the notification bell on top of the video or top of my channel. Press that bell, and once you press that bell, it go ding dong, and once it go ding dong, it'll let you know that my video is out for the viewing. And please press like to share, because once you like and you share, that means I care, that means you care, and everything is most important. It means that I get a lot of subscribers as much as I can possible. So anyway, this is your boy, the Green Talents, coming at you with this video against the New York Jets, and I will be doing a video as soon as the Jets game is over with. So, once again, this is your boy. Peace. One love.